So you're thinking of moving to Studio City and you're wondering what's it like to live there? Or how much does it cost? Maybe you're thinking what's so special about it? In today's video, I'm going to cover all that as well as show you some niche neighborhoods, price points, touch up on some schools, go over places to eat, and things you can do at night or even with the family. Whatever the reason is bringing you to the LA area, I'm going to cover everything you need to know before officially moving. And don't forget, stay tuned all the way to the end because we're going to tour some properties, some of the newest available properties, and showcase a couple hidden gems in the area. Let's get into it. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my name's Matt, part of the Hernandez team, and if you're thinking about making a move to the greater Los Angeles area, check out the description below for our contact information. And if you want to stay up to date when it comes to living, eating, sleeping, working, the good and the bad, our team is here to help. We're getting calls and emails from people just like you who want to move to the LA area, and we absolutely love it. So no matter what your time frame is, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'd be happy to make that move as easy as possible for you. Studio City, originally known as Laurelwood, early in the 19th century, it was actually purchased by James Boone Lancashire. And in 1927, a man named Max Sennett began to build new studios along the newly developed city. Today, filming studios like CBS, NBC, and Universal all call this place home, thus the name Studio City. But what's the draw? Why do people want to live here? Well, it's the ultimate blend of urban sophistication and laid-back charm, making it the perfect spot for those who really want to have it all. It offers lush, tree-lined residential streets. It's perfect for people who want to be near the city but choose to live a more residential lifestyle. It offers a variety of architectural style throughout, from large mansions to luxury homes built into the hills, even to starter homes in the flats. So now that we got a little bit of history out of the way, let's cover some of the basics. Studio City is approximately 5.6 square miles, and as you can see from the map, border of Studio City isn't going to be really cut and dry, so I'm going to explain it as best I can. The 101 is a good point reference because on the north side of Studio City, it'll run along the 101 from Fulton to Cahuenga. Mulholland will be your reference on the southern border between Dixie Canyon on the west and Woodrow Wilson on the east. Studio City is home to roughly 21,000 residents, and let me show you a little bit around on the map. So let me get you familiar with Studio City. So right here, we already went over the border, but let me touch up on some neighboring cities. You got Sherman Oaks, Toluca Lake, North Hollywood's going to be over here, and Valley Glen, Valley Village, Van Nuys. These are going to be some of the neighboring cities in the area. Let me talk a little bit about the San Fernando Valley in general. If you're a little unfamiliar with it, this is really what it is right here. Let me draw a map. Right here, surrounded by mountains, that's really our valley right there. And it's interesting because Studio City in general is going to be one of our most desirable parts. It's located right here on the southernmost part, and the ways to get around, it's really kind of strategically poised to where you can get to many parts of the San Fernando Valley, but not only the LA area in general, with pretty quick access to many different parts. So I'll showcase that right now. So if you wanted to get to Burbank or Glendale or Pasadena, really the 101 and the 134 are going to be the main arteries that are going to take you to those points. Let's just say you wanted to get to the other side of our valley, maybe Encino, Tarzana, Woodland Hills. That's going to take you more to the west and take you to those parts. Maybe you want to get out to Calabasas. Maybe you won't even want to get out to the beach. You can still ride Calabasas, pop over to Las Virgenes. Here's Malibu. So, really ease of access for that compared to, let's just say you lived in, somewhere in the mid parts of our valley. You really kind of either have to travel to the 405 or to the 101 just to get to the point to where you can start, really making some making some dent in the distance that you can travel, just because our roads are just, stop and go, or you're running into traffic lights, just things like that. So most of the southern border are going to be some of our most desirable areas to live in general. And then if you wanted to, let's just say you're in Studio City and you want to get to Beverly Hills, or you want to get to West Hollywood, you could take the 101 all the way down here, do that. We also have a couple canyon roads. Here's Laurel Canyon. This is going to take you right down, drop you off on the other side of the hill. That'll take you to West Hollywood. If you wanted to maybe take Coldwater Canyon, which is maybe like a 5-minute drive from Studio City, but really it's cool because it'll wind all the way up and down the hill, and it'll drop you off in Beverly Hills. And then Downtown, I already spoke about that, but there's just different areas of the valley or LA in general that we just have so much access to be able to get to different point, just to different parts of it. You want to go to Santa Monica, 405 is right here. Now, 405 is one of our biggest freeways here. Depending on when you get on it, you could be stuck on that thing for 45 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 hours, just depending on the time that you leave. Our international airport's going to be right here, LAX. I normally recommend people to fly out of Burbank if you can, but LAX is going to be right there, about a 45-minute drive, hopefully with no traffic. Some other, desirable areas that are really close. If you're a beach goer, Santa Monica, there's Hermosa Beach. You could even go out to Long Beach. That's about a 45-minute drive. Huntington, Newport Beach, really nice beaches. Those are really beautiful, not too far. Malibu is going to be really awesome. You could take PCH or you could take the 405 down Las Virgenes, Thousand Oaks, Oxnard, Ventura, other areas like Santa Barbara, really not that far. Santa Barbara is about a 2-hour drive from the valley. And then if you, really wanted to go out to somewhere nice, you could go out to, San Diego. That's about a 3-hour drive from us, or you could take the train if you wanted to go at your own leisure, things like that. So this is a little bit of the lay of the land of LA and where the valley is located in relation to downtown and things like that. Okay, so let's talk about the cost of living you can expect before deciding to move here. In Studio City, the average household income is roughly $120,000. And when making purchases, keep in mind our sales tax is 9.5%, and actually expect 1.25% in property taxes every year paying to Uncle Sam if you do decide to buy a home. The cost of living in Studio City is actually 44.3% higher compared to the national average, and typically I break that down into 5 categories. Energy is 33.2% higher than the national average, food 2.8% higher, healthcare is actually on par, housing is a whopping 358% above the national average, and that's based on a $338,000 price point. Lastly, transportation is 3.2% higher. Now, in Studio City, 54% of residents own and 46% are renting. So how does Studio City rank compared to other areas? Well, it's actually rated number 5 top cities to be living in the whole LA area. It's number 11 best neighborhoods to be living in, and ranked number 28 best neighborhood for young professionals. But what jobs or industries are bringing most people here? The most obvious is jobs related to film, TV, music, production, and other media and entertainment roles. Also, there are a lot of offers in jobs such as retail, hospitality, healthcare, and other professional services. So let's touch up on some of the different neighborhoods in Studio City that you need to know about. There's the Donnas, a small pocket of homes off Laurel Canyon heading to the Hollywood Hills that have the word Donna in the street name. There's also Landale Square, just south of the 101. Homes here are a little less expensive because they're considered in the flats of Studio City. Let's not forget Colfax Meadows is north of Ventura in the flats, developed in the 1920s, known for their huge 24,000 square foot lots. Actually, Clark Gable and Leonardo DiCaprio are a couple local celebrities that have had homes here at one point. Longridge Estates, known for their large estate-style homes, picturesque views located south of the boulevard. Beeman Park, found in the flats, is a really great neighborhood for families. Footbridge Square runs along our LA River, mostly made up of condos, single-family homes. There's new construction as well. The Silver Triangle, very walkable to most of the shops in that area. Sunswept Hills, just west of the Silver Triangle. And let's not forget Wrightwood Canyon Estates and Fryman Canyon Estates. It's very exclusively known for its celebrity-owned estates, offers 9,000 to sometimes 2-acre lots located at the base of the eastern edge of the Santa Monica Mountains. It's going to cost you a pretty penny to live there. Now, I know there are just so many niche neighborhoods in our area, so if you're interested in learning a little bit more, feel free, reach out. We're helping families all the time move into the area, and we just want to make the transition as easy as possible for you. Okay, let's talk about some of the things that most people in the area love to do. If health and fitness is important to you, then Studio City won't disappoint. There's a local GNC vitamin shop and other small businesses to choose from to stock up on all your supplements. There's yoga studios, Pilates centers, CrossFit gyms, high-intensity training, and plenty of private gyms to choose from. There's a brand new Equinox gym nearby. And if you're interested in wellness and recovery, we have the newly opened Artha facility in the Silver Triangle. They offer cryotherapy, infrared sauna, a float tank, and massages, and much, much more. Let's cover the best food/bars that Studio City has to offer. Oi Bar is a dimly lit dive bar serving up a full menu of bar bites and good beer. Dai-chan, family ran and operated, offering Japanese comfort food. And if you're looking to splurge a little bit, Katsuya is one of the most recognizable sushi brands offering great sushi. However, there's great hidden gems all over the place. Laurel Tavern has a great happy hour, prices are reasonable, and the bar has very solid food. Locals also like to go to Barosso Ramen, Black Market Liquor, Aroma Cafe, The Front Yard, Firefly, Rocco's Tavern, and The Village. And the list goes on and on. That's the great thing about Studio City, is you can literally throw a rock and you'll find a place that you're gonna love. Drive along Ventura Boulevard where you'll find boutiques, cafes, furniture stores, thrift shops, you name it, it'll probably be there. Studio City also has many plazas, such as Studio City Plaza, Studio City Place, California Pavilion, Studio Village, and shops at the Sportsman Lodge. All right, so right behind me is the shops at the newly developed Sportsman Lodge. It's really great. It was a 2-year project. Over $100 million went into this, so let's explore together. Come on. Shops at the Sportsman Lodge, a 2-year project with a $100 million budget. The shops next to the Sportsman Lodge bring 94,000 square feet of walkable retail space and is the newest addition to Studio City. The project was completed by Midwood Investment and Development. The main anchors is the luxury Equinox Gym and boutique grocery store Erewhon, always providing organic produce, never sprayed with pesticides and synthetic fertilizers. And what I love about Erewhon is they collaborate with neighbors and organizations aligned with their mission to force good on the earth. And if you're wondering what Erewhon means, it's actually nowhere backwards. I don't know. I don't know. So overall, the shops at the Sportsman Lodge have been a great new addition to the Studio City area. It's a great place to spend the afternoon, grab some coffee, a bite to eat, people watch, and then just enjoy the ambiance. Now, there are some fun things to do with the family, like heading to Pins Bowling for a fun night out. Woodbridge Park is a small pocket, offers children's play areas, picnic tables, and trails for those who want to go out for a stroll and jog. There's Beeman Park and Moore Park. We also have some great hiking trails like Fryman Canyon, Betty Daring Mountain Trail, Franklin Canyon, and Blinderman Trail. And let's not forget, we have one of the best farmers markets around. So another fun thing to do on a Sunday is the Studio City Farmers Market. As you can see, it's right behind me here. It's really great to do with the family. I think it's one of the best in the whole valley. I could be biased on that. I've been to one in Santa Monica. But it sits right here in the Silver Triangle, right off Laurel Canyon and Ventura Place. They shut down the whole street. And the good thing about it is they still have the shops open behind me, as you can see. So if you still wanted to go to Jones on 3rd or go grab some coffee over at Alfred's, those are still open for you. But there's a lot of, good things here. I know at the end of it, they have like a little kids playground, things like that. They also have a jump house and a little train that runs through up and down. Also keep in mind that, the proximity to all the studios, it's definitely not uncommon to see an actor or an influencer walking up and down these streets here. So just be prepared, you may have a celebrity sighting. So the funny thing about the place behind me here is they have all the fresh, what do they have here? They have like oranges, plums, apples, everything like freshly cut. So whenever Dawn would go shopping, she'd always know that she could find me here because they have little samples of everything. So it was just, it's funny because I still love coming grabbing samples and everything like that here. I'll show you guys a little bit more in a second. So I definitely want to grab, what do they have here? Oh, these Asian pears look good. So as I was saying earlier, whenever Dawn would go shopping, this would be a place where she'd always come find me, just getting all the samples. And then eventually I'd feel bad and I'd want to buy something. But let's go to the other side. Also, a good thing is make sure you come early because you're gonna get first picks of all the stuff here. If you come later in the day, all the good stuff's gonna be taken. So right behind me is Frog's Bakery. They're actually from Gardena, and they come out to all the local farmers markets every weekend. They have breads and pastries. My favorite is the vanilla and almond chocolate croissant. So good. So one of my favorites. If you're here, check it out. All right. Super excited for this.
Really good. Frogs is a must when you come down here.
What I love about Studio City is it balances the electric energy of urban living with the comforting embrace of a close-knit community. If you're looking for a dynamic blend, you've really found your spot. Let's talk about schools. Education is always something that's on the top of mind, especially parents. I go in a little bit more depth on statistics about LAUSD, where it ranks, the graduation rate. In my Sherman Oaks video, I'll leave a link to that right here. Schools are excellent in Studio City. I'm gonna highlight 4 of them. Carpenter Community Charter is a coveted public charter school and has a grade of A- according to niche.com. Harvard Westlake, being also another coveted private high school in Studio City, received an A+ grade. And Campbell Hall receives an A+. And Walter Reed Middle School receives a grade of B+. So here in Studio City, you're gonna find a wide mix of architectural styles like mid-century modern, rustic farm homes, Cape Cod, and Spanish. Plus, you're gonna see a lot of custom-built luxury homes as well. So now you might be asking, what's the price tag to be part of this neighborhood? If home ownership is on your mind, I'm gonna break it up into 2 parts. First, we'll be going over some price point ranges in the flats of Studio City, and second, we'll touch base on homes south of the boulevard. Now in the flats, on the higher end, we have homes that are 6 to 7 baths, 5,800 square feet, and priced at $6.5 million. However, on average, most people that are moving to the area are getting 4-bed, 4-bath homes, 3,000 square feet, priced at $2.8 million. Now, let's take a look at homes south of the boulevard. Again, on the high end, you'd be looking at an 8-bed, 8-bath, 7,600 square foot home priced at upwards of $9 million. However, on average, most people are getting a 4-bed, 4-bath, 3,000 square foot home priced at about $2.8 million. To add some perspective, the starting price, depending on condition, will start at $875,000, will range to about $1.2 million, but that's really going to get you a fixer, probably somewhere in the flats of Studio City, and a lot of imagination, so bring your paintbrush. Condos and townhomes tend to average on the low end $500,000 all the way upwards of $2 million. Finishes, square feet, amenities are all going to play a huge factor in that. However, if you're looking for an entry-level 2-bed, 2-bath, at the time of at least our filming, $750,000 is going to be your entry point. But if renting feels right for now, a standard 1-bedroom apartment is going to run you about $2,700 a month. Of course, location, amenities can shift these figures a bit. 2-bed, 2-bath is going to range between $2,500 to $3,500, and a 3-bedroom is going to be upwards of $4,500 monthly.
All right, so this property right here on Goodland, this one is in Studio City. We're a little across the street from Beeman Park here. They didn't want me in with the camera, so I'll show you a little bit right here of the front. Really nice, done by developer. When I was in the inside of it, really had some really nice finishes. What I like most about the Studio City area is you just get some of these wide streets like this, tree-lined, with these trees that have been here for probably forever, but just really nice, quiet streets like that. So if you have kids, probably, would love to be able to run around with bikes and run around the neighborhood. So unfortunately, like I said, they didn't want to let me in on this one, but it was a 3-bed, 3-bath house, $2.1 million, and 2,400 square feet. So this one was right here on a corner. Let's go ahead, let's go to house number 2. Next one that we are going to see is going to be in the south side of Ventura Boulevard. We're going to be a little bit up in the hills. Still a little flat from where the house is actually sitting. But as you can see, what I love about this area is you get these little kind of streets here, and look at these beautiful homes that have been really newly developed. Here's the other side of it right here. So we'll walk down. The house that we're going to see is going to be right over there, straight ahead with the sign. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath house listed for $2 million. And you can see this one is a little bit more on the flatter side of Ventura Boulevard. Has a little bit more of a traditional style. So still, you're kind of south of Ventura, but you're getting a more residential style home right here. Let's see what it has in store for us. Last up on our list is going to be this one right in front of me. We're actually off of Coldwater. Straight ahead over there is going to be Coldwater south of Ventura, and Harvard Westlake is going to be on the other side of us over here. So let's see what a 4-bed, 3-bath house for under $2 million gets you. So my initial afterthought of this house is definitely do not judge a book by its cover. This house was actually really awesome. I loved the ADU. Apparently that was done 20 years ago, but that ADU was absolutely really cool. The interior of the house, although the front of the house right here, I mean, it looks a little dated. The driveway, isn't something that is newly paved or anything like that. The landscape needs some work, things like that. But overall, I think that house had a lot to offer. I do love the original hardwood that was throughout the whole thing. Just to give you a quick show of the neighborhood. Quiet street this way. However, as I mentioned, that Coldwater Canyon, which is a main street, is that way. It is a couple houses down, so you don't really hear too much of that road noise. But overall, this house was really nice, and I think this one, out of all of them, would probably be my pick for which house I would go for. The bedrooms were spacious, the inside was nice, it was cozy, the backyard, have some rental income coming your way. So this one was a thumbs up. And do me a favor, if you're finding this information useful, smash that like button. Let YouTube know that you're finding our content useful.
So today we were checking out Studio City, but if it's not your style, not your jam, or maybe isn't close to where you want to work, that's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you find your ideal location so that you can enjoy the area and you're not stuck in traffic all day. But the only way we can do that though is you gotta reach out to us. You gotta give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however is most convenient for you to get a hold of us. You know that we got your back when moving to LA. Now you're going to be seeing a bunch of other videos pop up. Start clicking on those so you can learn everything there is to know about the LA area, and we'll see you on the next video.